24th February 2022. Morning Murli. Om Shanti. BapDada. Madhuban. Sweet children, don't become careless in the study. Continue to fill your aprons with the imperishable jewels of knowledge. Do not stop earning this income by chasing after perishable wealth. Question: what are the signs of children who became merciful like the Father? Answer: first, they are intoxicated with knowledge. They would imbibe the jewels of knowledge, continue to give others injections of knowledge, and liberate everyone from following devilish dictates. Second point, they note down what Baba explains and wake up early in the morning and think about it. They churn the ocean of knowledge and remain constantly cheerful. Song: our pilgrimage is unique. Om Shanti. The people of Bharat don't know when it is the birthday of Shiv or when the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul Shiv, incarnates. Your children also know number-wise according to the efforts you make. When Shiv incarnates, it is remembered that he incarnated in the night. But which night? Is it the night of the common day and night, or is it some other night? The people of Bharat don't know this. Instead of Shiv, they have shown the birth of Krishna taking place at midnight. They believe in Shiv, but they don't know when he takes birth. The day of the incarnation of Shiv is the greatest day of all for everyone because he is the bestower of salvation for all. When everyone experiences sorrow, they cry out, "O purifier, come! O God, the Father, have mercy!" Even the Pope says, "O God, the Father, have mercy on these human beings." They are ready to kill one another. They don't listen to anyone at all. May God give them directions. When someone is spoiled at home and doesn't listen to anyone, it is said, God gave him good directions because he is following devilish directions. They don't even know who God is. They say that God is incorporeal and omnipresent. In that case, nothing holds any weight. Your children know how Baba incarnates in the ordinary body of Brahma. The people of Bharat do not know where Brahma was created. They became confused when they see the picture of Dada. They believe that Brahma was born from the navel of Vishnu. But no one can take birth from the navel of anyone else. Where is Vishnu a resident of? They don't know the biography of anyone. They don't know the biography of anyone. Did Brahma relate the essence of all the Vedas to Vishnu? They have shown Brahma with the scriptures in his hand. That too is not possible. The Father explains, first of all, your children have to sit here in soul consciousness. I, the soul, am listening to the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, through these ears. However, your children repeatedly forget that the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, is taking to us souls. The one who is the bestower of salvation and the ocean of knowledge sits here and teaches you children. Thus doesn't sit in the intellects of anyone except your children, and this is why there isn't that much regard. If you had the faith that God was teaching you, you wouldn't miss the study for even a second. The study lasts from half to 3/4 of an hour. The Father says, simply remember me, don't forget this one thing. All the rest is expansion. Baba explains studying all the Vedas and scriptures and making donations and performing charity as you have been doing on the path of devotion. They are all fixed in the drama. There is knowledge for half the time and devotion for half the time. There is the day of Brahma and the night of Brahma. Even animals know about the common day and night. But great scholars don't even know about the day and night of Brahma. Your children have to live at home with your families, carry on with your businesses, etc., and also study. You shouldn't be careless about this. Baba knows that so and so is careless. If you don't study regularly, you will fail, and the status you receive will be low. People are greedy for perishable wealth. They don't value the imperishable jewels of knowledge. Only you children know this. Only these imperishable jewels will go with you. The government chases those who have accumulated a lot of wealth, just as when death comes and a person goes pale. In the same way, when the government officers come to them, they go pale. Just see what the condition of the world has become. Baba explains, children, look how little time is left now. This land of death is called hell. They say they are impure, and yet they continue to follow their own dictates. They have conferences on how there can be peace so that people of different religions don't fight one another. Even those who are Christians fight among themselves in their own religion. How can people make them peaceful? They are complete orphans. Even rishis and munis say they don't know the creator or the beginning, the middle, and the end of creation. The Father says you don't know your Lord and Master. Since you believe in the Master, you should know him. They have the different names Bhagavan, Ishwar, and God. In fact, he is the Father. Is he not? He is our Creator, and we are his children. There is the Father, the Mother, and the children. We are like God's family. The inheritance should immediately be received from the Mother and Father. We are the family of the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. If the Father were omnipresent, as they say, it cannot be a family. We are the family of the Master, the Creator. The Father truly gave us the inheritance 5,000 years ago. He gave it not just to us, but to everyone. He gives us the inheritance of liberation in life, and he gives everyone else the inheritance of liberation. It is so easy. The mercury of happiness should rise. But, oh, Maya, as soon as you leave here, Maya makes you forget. You even forget the Father. You now belong to the Father. Only you know that Shivbaba has adopted you through Brahma. It isn't that Brahma emerged from the navel of Vishnu. You should have this picture. But how could such a big Brahma emerge from the navel of Vishnu? Then Brahma sits and gives you the knowledge of the Vedas. Where does he do that? Is it in the subtle region? Nothing sits in their intellects. Those who are to claim the inheritance from the Father understand all of these things. But all the rest say, this is just your imagination. Your children believe Baba truly telling you the truth. You Brahmins then have to go and relate the true Gita to everyone. Not everyone can explain in the same way. A kingdom is being created number-wise. Not everyone can study to the same extent. You have to imbibe and churn the ocean of knowledge. You listen, you note it down, but you should then sit down and think about what Baba told you today. Wake up early in the morning and think about these things. You should have mercy for everyone. Baba's orders are also explain this to your creation, your wife and children. A man creates a creation for his happiness. That unlimited Father doesn't experience any happiness himself. He says, all the effort I make is for your children. Only when you imbibe this can you experience intoxication and then give someone an injection. Become merciful, the same as Baba. Liberate everyone from following devilish dictates. There is such a great enmity between Ram and Ravan. Thus is the kingdom of Ravan and that is the kingdom of Ram. People don't know anything about who purifies them or who makes them impure. The Father explains to you so well. All of those pictures are made so that you can explain to others. Only the Father explains the world, history, and geography to you. There is very good writing on those pictures. Your children now know that incorporeal God, the Father, sits here and tells you the religio political history and geography of the whole world. Many people listen to it, but they don't understand anything. In fact, these pictures are a mirror in front of the blind. The pictures of the tree and the drama are very clear. They were made after the Father explained to you. At this time, all are slipping in the slip of ignorance. Your children have to take everyone on the spiritual pilgrimage. So much knowledge has to be given to make others into spiritual travelers. A very clean intellect is needed. Remain completely beyond this old world. It is also a wonder that you are sitting where you have your non-loving memorial. That is non-loving and this is living. This is an incognito secret. Just as we are incognito, in the same way, the memorial of the temple is also incognito. Those who build the temples don't know anything at all. The Father explains everything to you. There should be very good writing at the exhibitions. You should also explain very well. You should be able to recognize all the different people. Many important people also come. Some understand very well, whereas others say they find this good, but they don't have time. Some say they will come the next day to understand more. Baba would say, you will never come again. It is very difficult. You know that you are becoming deities. We are establishing our kingdom and we will then rule. However, you should look in the mirror of your heart. Will I become a king, a queen, a maid, or a servant, or a subject? Come to Madhuban and go back with such intoxication that it stays with you all the time. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost, and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, BapDada. The spiritual father says, Namaste to the spiritual children. The spiritual children says, Namaste and good morning to the spiritual father. Essence for the dharana. First point, remain beyond this old world. Have a clean intellect, imbibe knowledge and inspire others to imbibe it. Churn the ocean of knowledge. Second point, be as merciful as the Father and liberate everyone from devilish dictates. Blessing, may you become pure and humble by using the power of transformation and put a full stop to the past. Explanation, with the power of transformation, first of all, transform your form. I am not a body, I am a soul. Then transform your nature. It is your old nature that deceives you in your effort-making life. So, transform your old nature. Then transform your thoughts. Transform wasteful thoughts into powerful thoughts. In this way, use the power of transformation to put a full stop to the past and you will automatically become pure and humble. Slogan, let a tilak of awareness be constantly sparkling on your forehead. This is the true sign of having a partner, means husband. Om Shanti. Some invaluable jewels from old diaries from dadis. A person's value is based on a pure intellect or an impure intellect, just as the intellect of someone from the highest deity clan is the most valuable. In the same way, those who come from a mediocre clan have mediocre value. Similarly, the intellect of someone from the lowest clan would be of the lowest value. There are these three communities. All three are based on their intellects. First of all, the Brahmins and deities with the most elevated intellects and with complete knowledge on the highest income and attain the key to world sovereignty. That is, they attain the kingdom of paradise for half the cycle. Matter was their servant, and this is why they have happiness in a practical way. Then, the other half of the cycle, their idols are worshipped in the temples, and so everything depends on their intellects. And this is why a very sharp intellect is needed. The elevated versions of God, the Father, are those who connect their intellects in yoga with me at a fast speed, take my form in person. Baba gives his divine children a wonderful gift as their dowries. What gift are you receiving now? Is it of the imperishable wealth of knowledge? That is understood, but what do you receive after that? The whole of paradise is wonderfully decorated. You receive such a wonderful gift as your dowry because this Father loves his children very much. He says, there each one of your parents will give you whatever they have, but at least I should give to my children now. Should I not? I feel my children should receive everything, so their hearts' desires be fulfilled. So I give everyone the gift of paradise through this form. It isn't that I only gave it to those who are knowledgeable, to those who are the most elevated souls. The most elevated ones have a connection thereto. But both those of the mediocre level and the highest level receive it because at this time all are divine children, and so there is equal love for all. Because of this, I gave them the gift of paradise where they have happiness for birth after birth. There is praise and worship of that royal clan. This clan is royal, and so its praise is even. Look, they praise Lord Krishna with a lot of splendor. The people from Europe also speak of Lord Krishna. The worshippers of Sri Krishna speak the name of Sri Krishna and say they are his worshippers. The priests who carry out the worship receive the title of Brahmins, and because of this, matter becomes their servants too. In fact, theirs is not a Brahmin life in a practical way, but they have just given themselves the title. They have glorified themselves. All the laws of the golden age actually begin here. Those laws are first of all established here. The laws that exist here in a merged form emerge there in a practical way. The knowledge that is taken here will be the directions that take you to your final destination. The directions here will be used there for everything in a practical way. You can just think about it. It is said, think about it carefully and understand it before you take any steps. You can't take steps just like that. First, you have to consider it and then take steps there. Here, the thinking emerges and the steps are merged. There, the steps emerge and the thinking is merged. If a person's intellect is good and healthy, that is everything. A very broad intellect is needed. Why is there so much praise of this Divine Father? Because he had a broad intellect. It is because of a person's intellect that he becomes a king, and it is with their intellects that they became propers. Of all the organs, the intellect considered to be highest. The forehead of a divine soul with a broad intellect shines because his intellect is full of all the knowledge. When such a person gives another person jewels of knowledge from the treasure store of his intellect, the sparkle is visible. It is for this that there is praise of the Divine Father. However, it is number-wise. In all of this, the highest praise is sung of the Divine Father, Prajapita Brahma. Acha, Om, Shanti.